Oi! What are you doing? What are you doing? And you, come on. Come on. That's one out. Come on, and God, cheek to go in there. Oh, let's close that door. Right, is everyone going to behave while I finish my video blog? Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining us here on the Belvedere and Abbey Garden Farm YouTube channel. Now, I know I haven't done much of an update at all in the past sort of 4 or 5 months, if not a bit longer now. We moved into 2020 and my goodness, what a year it's been so far, and not for good reasons. I appreciate all over the world there's been all sorts of problems. Here in the UK, and especially here in the garden, we have had 2 major storms that came through at the beginning of the year. So we had roof damage to the house, and in these photos you can see we had floods, and the garden and a lot of my fruit and vegetable patches actually flooded. Not horrendously. I know a lot of people had it a lot worse, especially here in my hometown, but you just think, goodness, you know. And now we're in lockdown. Here in the UK, lockdown happened on Monday night, so it was the 24th, yeah, so we're 5 days in, I think it was 24th, 25th of March, and we're in lockdown. And since we've been in lockdown, there's been huge demand on the foods and things that I actually produce here on site, primarily the eggs. But yeah, there's been a real run on the eggs. I don't mean to sound smug about this, but one of the reasons for getting the chickens in the first place was I was concerned about food security. And I know that might sound like a strange thing, but I just wanted a food source, also primarily to make a small bit of money off, but a food source that was outside of a global distribution chain, that could be produced here locally on site and could sustain us in times of hardship or emergency. Well, since we've had the virus outbreak, we've been in lockdown. Now, for me personally, we're 5 days in here now. It's not been too bad. I'm quite fortunate that I have this space outside, and there's gardening and farming activities that kind of need to be done, so it's not been too bad. Let's do a bit of a quick update then. So, quails. Now, quails have been a bit of a disaster, to be honest with you. We hatched them last year. You may have seen the hatching video. We did 2 lots last year. The first lot all turned out to be boys, which was no good. The second lot was a mixed bag, but generally was okay. Unfortunately, rat then got into the quail pen where it was, and we lost 3 quails, including I think 2 of those were females, which was devastating. So we're down to a flock of just 5 quails, and I think 3 of those are boys, so the ratio is completely useless at the moment. 2 of the quail, 1 female, 1 male from last year, and now in their second year. And quails only live for 2 years, so they're getting on a bit. So I tried to get hold of some new females, different genetics to mix up the flock, and we went down to a poultry sale in South Shropshire, and they advertised they had stuff. And lo and behold, they actually didn't have stuff, despite the fact they said they did. So that's left me in a bit of a quandary. The plan was I was hoping to do hatching eggs for mail order this year, and also livestock, but of course we're in lockdown. I can't get hold of stock, people can't come to me. The quails aren't actually laying at the moment. It's still late March, so hopefully we'll get something by the end of the month or early April. But you just think, goodness, this isn't working that well. Also, we had to reinforce the quail pen. Moved it, we've put a floor into it now, put extra mesh chicken wire around it, and we've actually put it on brick, so it's sitting higher off the ground. And that's worked really well. I've also put some plastic boarding around the outsides just to sort of reinforce the building from wind, because during the storms it was empty because it had already been tacked. The quail are actually here in the greenhouse, and the wind actually picked up the building and threw it over the fence. So, and it's quite a heavy building, you can't lift it on your own. So yeah, 85 mile an hour winds. But anyway, so the quails are now back into their relatively new home. I just could do with some more of them. As it's spring, I have got some crops in. We've got the garlic growing outside. I planted a lot from bulbs that we harvested last year. I've got fruit and veg going on, primarily vegetables inside, so sweet corns. We're trying sprouts this year for the first time. I haven't been able to get hold of any seed potatoes, which is annoying. I have got potatoes we could plant, but they're not the right variety, so I don't know if I should just say screw it and do that, or if I should save the potatoes for food, because of course we're restricted on going outside at the moment. So we need to be careful what we're doing with food. Now the only food source I've got is the eggs at the moment. No plants and stuff are ready as yet, but it really does start to bring into perspective what we need to do going forward. And is this kind of, I don't mean to sound all hippie-ish about this, but I do feel that I think the way we're going with climate change, economic and political problems, and also, you know, pandemics happening, that perhaps we do need to think about being a little bit more sustainable, and, you know, harvesting and growing more food ultra locally. It's certainly something that, you know, I'm trying to do with this. So going forward, as soon as the quails do start hatching, I will get the eggs on the incubator, so we see if we can create some more livestock within our current genetics. Also be a good way of testing to see the fertility of the eggs. We're also going to know about if we're going to add more chickens to the flock. Now, there's been a run on the eggs. It won't last because my eggs are more expensive than the supermarkets, but I can't compete with the supermarket. I mean, 89 pence for 6 eggs versus the £1.50 for my 6 eggs. But my 6 eggs are bigger and come from poultry that's actually fed better and treated better and lives outside in the garden most of the year. So also we're thinking perhaps we'd like to get back to trying to hatch some silkies. Now we did have a silky cockerel. Unfortunately he passed away quite quickly, which was unfortunate, but I think there's something really wrong with him. So we have our one hen Snowdrop that's still with us. She likes to go broody, so she could be used for naturally hatching some stock. I don't know, I'm just thinking about maybe I'll mail order some chicken hatching eggs in, and we could actually try and expand our flock that way. Or once we're off the other end of the current situation, whenever that is, maybe I can get out to one of the farm supply shops, pick up some more warrens. Actually a standard battery laying hen. I'm not keen to do rehoming hens, in all honesty, because they're a lot of work. The health tends to be all over the shop and the productivity is a bit so for the price of what you spend on getting a rehoming hen up and running, you might as well buy a new warren battery hen that's sort of not gone to the batteries, if you know what I mean. So from the agricultural suppliers. So that's what I'm sort of umming and ahhing about doing, and I will keep you up to date. As ever, thank you so much for your company. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you real soon. Until next time, keep safe, and bye for now.